Hello everyone and welcome along to W3L Wrestling Showdown here as always on the W3L network. Thank you for joining me this week, thank you for subscribing and thank you for just generally supporting W3L. Now we've got some news concerning live events coming up a little later on, so don't miss that. But let me first of all tell you about the match that you're about to see. The battles between Jason Reed and Kevin Williams and the Noble Lions have raged throughout W3L for the best part of the year. You've just seen the footage of Reed and Williams becoming tag team champions, only to be attacked with some steel chairs moments later by the Noble Lions. The battles between these two teams have raged through our live events. They've happened here on Showdown as well, and they're going to happen in this next match. Jason Reed will face Lucian Maynard Smith in a singles contest. It probably won't settle the outstanding issues between these two teams, but it's certainly going to be a feather in either team's cap if their representative can score the victory in this contest. What will happen as Jason Reed takes on Lucian Maynard Smith? Your guess is as good as mine. Let's go to the ring and we'll all find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest will be a singles match. Scheduled for 1-4.
1-4!
First of all, coming to us from Liverpool, England, and weighing 14 stone, this is Lucian Maynard Smith. And introducing his opponent, he is from River Island and weighs in at 210 pounds, Jason.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here with you on Wrestling Showdown. Some singles competition here this week between two men who have fought numerous times in the tag team ranks, has to be said. The man in the back of the screen in the black singlet, Lucian Maynard Smith, he of course often teams with Johnny Lyons, the Noble Lions, and Jason Reed in the blue trunks. He of course teams with Kevin Williams. Now, I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that it was back in January here on Wrestling Showdown that Reed and Williams finally won the Tag Team Championship from then holders of that title, the Noble Lions, but of course they were attacked like literally seconds later by the Noble Lions wielding some chairs, and then they lost the belts due to a golden ticket cash-in. So Reed and Williams have been trying to get themselves back into the tag title picture, but they also have some revenge on their mind against the Noble Lions. As Jason Reed controls Smith for that side headlock. And so we've got a singles match here this week as Reed takes on Smith. I am told that Williams and Lyons are going to be wrestling each other in the coming weeks one-on-one here on Showdown. So it's clear that these two teams are willing to take each other on in any style of match, be it single, tag or what have you. Smith having to resort to bending the rules. We're like barely a minute into this match, I think, and already this is what Smith's having to do, or perhaps choosing to do, is maybe, and he goes straight back at the side headlock. Jason Reed controlling Lucian Maynard Smith. Now interestingly, Jason Reed's first few matches here in W3L after he debuted were against Lucian Maynard Smith, so they do know each other. They have wrestled a few times before, obviously on Showdown as well, and indeed on our live events too. So you could argue that perhaps Reed has Smith's measure, although I don't know you ever really have someone's measure. I mean, Smith has really been upping his game, because he gets smacked with that forearm, only the ropes held him up, and hang on, this could end early as Jason Reed's trying for a Boston Crab, but Smith goes right to the eyes. And again having to resort to cheating to get his way out of that potential submission hold. And a knee lift. And a clothesline. Smith's really been changing his style up. He's been doing lots more training in different places. And goes for a cover. He's trying to throw new things into what he does. So the man that Jason Reed wrestled at the start, when he debuted back, say, towards the end of like 2015, let's say, is not the Lucian Maynard Smith that he's wrestling now. And Smith's just having to choking with the wrist tape and doing it again Referee having a shocker here, turned his back to throw that bit of tape out. Smith used another one. And Smith is just revelling in this, and it's not that he needs necessarily to cheat, he's obviously choosing to, because he can. And again, there's animosity, as I've said, between these two teams. I think they both realise that a victory over here is good, like psychological warfare for both of the two tag teams that they're members of. It's also good bragging rights as well, and of course all eyes are on Resolution 11. Both these men are going to want to be part of that event in some capacity, and you know that W3L management do keep an eye on these things. They're watching Showdown every week, they're watching our live events, so Smith gets caught right in the face. So a good victory can really benefit, and as Jason Reed generating some offense off the middle ropes there. It's like a flying version of that banter boot. And a lovely spinning kick from Lucian Maynard Smith. Goes in straight for a cover. And no histrionics here, he's not playing around, he's perhaps realising that if he gives Jason Reed an inch, he's going to take a mile. Because you saw how Reed was able to get his foot up in the corner and hit the kick off the middle rope. And that was almost the end of the match for Smith. Smith's just standing right in the back of Reed's face, grinding into the canvas. He's got a big vicious streak as Lucian Maynard Smith. But Reed cannot be underestimated. I mean, he's one of the standouts of the W3L Action Academy, certainly over the past couple of years. Has a very bright future ahead of him, has all the potential in the world. I mean, he held that tag title for what I think was officially around like a minute, maybe a minute and a half, which is a real black mark against him and Kevin Williams, and I really want to redress that balance and get back into the tag title picture. Once, of course, they've dealt with their unfinished business with the Noble Lions. And I think Smith just raking at the face on Jason Reed. Referee is right in the way there, just making sure he can see just what's going on. Making sure Smith's not trying to obscure any cheating from him. But Reed has got no quit in him. We've seen him in some tough matches. Of course, in September last year, he had an impromptu match for the heavyweight title against Joey Legend. Came up short, but I mean, there's a couple of occasions where he nearly got that title. And I'm sure at some point in the future that will be his. He's certainly got all the tools available to him. And a clothesline. And a second. Jason Reed firing off this audience, getting a second win here. Because he knows he's got the expectations of Kevin Williams as well. Because again, a victory here will benefit the pair of them. Again, not just in the tag ranks, but the singles ones as well. And obviously Williams wants his tag partner to win this contest. And a kick out. Surprising that Johnny Lyons isn't prowling around ringside. That's the kind of thing he would do. Interfere. It may still happen, I suppose, but so far it's been a fairly sporting contest. And down goes Jason Reed. This could be it, but it is not. Of course, Lucian Maynard Smith as well was a victory over Mike Musso. He's been not shy in telling everybody that. In fact, 9 minutes before the match actually began, he was on the microphone telling the crowd that he holds a victory over Mike Musso. Smith about to set something up. He's charging it. Oh, hang on, Reed's caught him and grabs the legs. They're trying to turn over in this Boston Crab. And he's got him locked. And Smith submits. Lucian Maynard Smith has submitted to Jason Reed with that Boston Crab. So Jason Reed scores some revenge over Lucian Maynard Smith here this week on Wrestling Showdown.
Jason Reed gains the victory there over Lucian Maynard Smith. And I can reveal to you that their respective partners, that being Kevin Williams and Tenacious Johnny Lyons, they are scheduled for singles action in the not too distant future here on Wrestling Showdown. So make sure you hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel and you'll be notified every single time an edition of Wrestling Showdown goes up on the W3L network. Now, I mentioned something about live events at the start of the show, and I'll be telling you about them very, very soon. You can bet the Noble Lions, Reed and Williams will want to be part of them, as will the person we're about to see, because we've got another match for you. Oh yeah, I'm being spoiled here, aren't you? We've got another Royal Open Challenge, as issued, of course, by Prince Asad. He's had not exactly the best results with his Royal Open Challenges this year so far in W3L. What will happen with this one? The last time out we saw the aforementioned Kevin Burns and Lucian Maynard Smith come out to make it a triple threat match. It's going to be the same again this week. Who can say? Let's go to the ring as Prince Asad issues a Royal Open Challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, or shall I say scumbags, looking at a lot of you. My name is Prince Asad. Don't laugh. It's not funny. This is serious, right? Today marks the first of my unbeaten streak. I am going to issue an open challenge to anyone backstage to come out here. You shut up after I'm talking, alright? Anyone out here get beat off me, Prince Asad, the best wrestler out there. I'm going to be undefeated for the rest of time. Bring out whoever you've got, W3L lads. I'm going to kick their ass right here. And then when I'm done with them, I'm going to come out there and slap you in the face and all day. Come on, who have we got?
I've got a better idea than this.
Anything's better than this.
I think me and you should team up here and this place. I think me and you should tag and challenge, not just anyone, but how about we challenge the tag team champions? Huh?
No, here, I like what you're talking about, so keep fighting. Let's make this official. Get the tag team champions out here. We're going to take them out right in front of you scumbags and the stupid thing.
Will you come down there?
We got tag team champions to win, alright? Shut up.
I think you're not even coming out. I don't think we're coming out.
Yeah, that's one now.
Do you say yes? Runners! Runners!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce with you on Wrestling Showdown in an unexpected Tag Team Championship match here. Of course, Prince Asad issuing a Royal Open Challenge. Nobody expected Saqib Ali to be answering it, and nobody expected Ali to suggest teaming up to challenge the tag champs, but it's exactly what's happened, and let's head up to ringside for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this impromptu tag team championship match is going to be fought to one fall's duration. Introducing first of all your challengers, coming to us from their home country of Pakistan and weighing 360 pounds, the team of Prince Asad and Saqib Ali. And introducing their opponents at a combined weight of 445 pounds, they are the W3L Tag Team Champions from Livingston, Big Dave Sherry. And his tag team partner from Edinburgh, Bad Boy Liam Thompson.
So, as I said, we have some impromptu tag team action here. The champions more than willing to answer the open challenge by Asad and Ali. Again, we've seen Asad before doing these Royal Open challenges. Generally one wrestler comes out, although last time we saw him here on Wrestling Show back in July, he had both Kevin Williams and Lucian Maynard Smith answering the challenge. So he gets back right in the corner, complaining that Liam Thompson was pulling at the hair. I think he was messing with it, nothing else. So he issues these open challenges, and then Saqib Ali comes out. I'm sure you may be aware that these two are friends or allies. They've teamed up in many places outside W3L before. So obviously Ali had this idea that they should become a team and challenge for the tag title, and Big Dave Jeremy and Liam Thompson more than willing to answer this challenge and put the belts on the line. When we last saw Jeremy and Thompson was actually winning the tag belts back in July, defeating the contingency plan on the third time of asking as well. I think that's partly why Asad gets Liam Thompson to break the wrist lock as he grabs the ropes. I think that's partly why they were so willing to come out and defend the tag belts, because the contingency plan had basically done everything they could do to retain the belts. They've been DQ'd, they've been counted out, use of weapons, whatever it took to retain the belts against Thompson and Jeremy, until they were unable to retain them again. And Thompson and Jeremy became the new tag team champions, so they're quite willing to be fighting champions, and they've also shown it by coming out here unexpectedly on this week's edition of Showdown. And Thompson with firm control of that chin lock. And you've got a real mix of experience here. Prince Asad, still fairly new to the business. It's only going to the early 2015. Big Dave Jeremy's late 2014. So there's not a huge amount between the two of them, because Ali and Thompson are the more experienced members of their teams. Although ironically, despite the fact that Saqib Ali is the most experienced member of his team, he's the one with the least amount of time in W3L. He's only ever wrestled a handful of times. But that could all change depending on how this match goes. And currently the champions are in firm control here. Asad's been unable to do anything against Liam Thompson. And as I say that, he gets on a side headlock of his own. I mean, he's no slouch as Prince Asad. He'll only get better as time goes on and gains more experience, but he's a talented guy already. But you see Thompson takes him down, slips out of the side headlock, has the arm controlled, and leg drops it. I think the anguish on Prince Asad's face says it all. This crowd totally behind Liam Thompson. Quite rightly too. He's one of the best that Scotland's ever produced. As Asad, his shoulders were down. It's one of these weird things where it's almost like a submission move, the way that Liam Thompson did arm scissored. But in having it on, Asad's shoulders are down, so technically you could be pinned in that as well. This is the same sort of thing. If Asad's shoulders touch the canvas, it's going to be technically counted as a pinfall attempt. So you've got to try and get the side headlock and keep one shoulder off the mat as well. It makes things much trickier for the person in the hold to try and fight out of it, because you're effectively defending against a couple of different things at once. When you're in against somebody like Bad Boy Liam Thompson, man, who can pretty much do it all, it's a difficult task to overcome. Tom's going for a cover again. Asad's still a bit too fresh, however. But he's not going to last much longer the way this is going. As Liam Thompson has just dominated Prince Asad in the opening going. And you see Asad tried to drop down. I think he's really trying to shoulder block Thompson in the stomach, but Liam Thompson just ran right through him and then slams him down, making himself another near fall in the process. There's the experience of Liam Thompson. After a while, you've pretty much seen and done it all, so you kind of are able to react instantaneously. You know what's going to happen, or what you think is going to happen. Asad with a back elbow. And Liam Thompson launches him in the air with a backdrop. That was not what Asad wanted. We've got our first tag of the match to Big Dave Jeremy. The power of the team. Let's go hold of Asad. Will we go for a snapmare? And sees continuing the attack on the arm. Some nice fluidity from the Jeremy and Thompson team. If you saw our Remedy event back in February, which is available on the W3L network, you'll know that it was Jeremy that answered Prince Asad's open challenge. Defeated him as well. So these two have got some prior history here in W3L. Thompson again for the cover. You see they're going for more and more pinfall attempts now. Asad's obviously worn down, so they're making rapid tags, rapid pinfall attempts. You don't get paid by the hour. Jeremy with a shot to the kidneys. So the sooner they wrap this one up, the sooner they can continue on their winning way as tag team champions. And one of the things I think that's made Jeremy and Thompson so effective as a tag team is that they are very different. There is an experience difference. There's a style difference as well. Jeremy, he's very quick, yes, not quite as quick as Liam Thompson, but he brings the power, he brings the mass to the match. Thompson's got the technical expertise, the speed, the agility, and the two of them, if you merge them into one man, you'd probably have the perfect wrestler. Like the perfect wrestler split in half. And they found common ground. I know a lot of folk didn't think they would, but they've been successful as a team. Certainly, whatever they've done, it's worked as like some magic formula, and they have become the tag team champions. Asad gets hip tossed down. Jeremy sets him up and drops a leg. This could wrap it up. No, fair play to Asad, he's still fighting. And he's been in this match the whole time. His tag team partner has not tagged in, has not been able to do anything. Oh, Asad snaps Dave Jeremy's neck on the middle rope. Liam Thompson complaining. This is where Saqib Ali came into his own there. By coming round, he distracted Jeremy just long enough for Asad to get that in. Then we see some double teaming, and Asad with the choke to Dave Jeremy. Illegal, yes, but a good way to slow him down. The lungs, of course, are the engine in the body. And if you cut the oxygen off to the lungs, as Liam Thompson gets kicked off the ring apron. Now he's got a broken nose right now. So him landing face first on the apron won't help him in any way. And you see Dave Jeremy just being double teamed, choked in the corner. If you cut his oxygen supply off, it's going to slow him down. And then we get the first tag from the challengers. Then comes Saqib Ali. Debuted back in July of 2010. So he's been around a bit. He's wrestled all over Scotland and England as well. He's only appeared in W3L a couple of times. We last saw him here in Wrestling Show in December of 2015, believe it or not. Facing Mike Musso. He's faced him a couple of times here in W3L. So Asad now going for a cover. So feeling that Jeremy's right for the plucking, but not quite yet. This crowd really taking to Dave Jeremy. And Jeremy trapped in the wrong part of town, as the cliche goes. Hang on, ducked. And drops down Saqib Ali with a back suplex. Perhaps Ali took a bit too long. I mean, you saw he took the kick, stalled slightly before he ran off the ropes. Then comes Liam Thompson. These two have fought numerous times before. And lovely move by Liam Thompson, rolls through. And a Northern Light suplex, what a lovely bridge. Doesn't net him the victory that he was after though. And drop kick Saqib right in the back. Straight to a roll up. It's constant motion as Liam Thompson is so fluid. From one thing to another, he's always a couple of moves ahead. And he and Jeremy have have really dominated this entire contest. Clearly them answering the challenge, this open challenge, has benefited them. Gets them another victory under the belts in the defence of the tag titles. More experience teaming up as well. And Asad and Ali, this may not have gone the way they wanted. I mean, I don't know how much preparation they put together. I don't know if this was all just Ali's idea. I don't know if Asad knew about this in advance, as he runs a knee into the lower spine of Liam Thompson. And Liam dumped heavily to the floor. And then the referee gets distracted, so Asad puts the boots to Liam on the floor. Here comes Dave Jeremy to complain. The referee has to hold him back. Of course, I'm sure you know the rules in tag team wrestling state. You're not allowed to really enter the ring until you've made the tag. But it's difficult when you're on the apron and your partner's getting beaten up. Just because frustration can rage. There's a 2 count there for Ali. He's not happy with that. It took a lot to put down by Liam Thompson. And you've got to think in this match, whoever walks away as the tag team champions, they're going to be looking forward to Resolution 11. That's our next big milestone in the W3L calendar. All eyes are on Resolution 11 because it's our biggest event of the year. It's the one event that every single wrestler wants to be part of. And who will be the tag team champions going in? Who will they be defending the belts against? Time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. And Thompson sees he rolled away from the attack of Asad. He's rolled it in the wrong corner, and then gets caught in the ropes again. And the tag is made. The challengers have found their rhythm, it has to be said. Again, they've teamed up multiple times before outside the W3L. No strangers to each other. Doing a bit of starting in this match, but they've kind of turned it around. It's taken some time, but they've turned it around, so things are going their way. And they've been really good at double teaming and getting some cheap shots in behind the referee's back. And you can hear the response to Saqib Ali. Fans not liking this man, no wonder. And you see what he's done as the hand goes for cover again. Liam Thompson powering out. This is the first proper championship Liam's had in W3L. He held the W3L crown for a while, reigned as King Liam. And he's been in W3L for a long time. Really since one of the longer tenured members of the roster, has to be said. It was always such a surprise to everyone that he'd never held the championship. And he'd had opportunities and just never made it work. And his team, which a lot of people didn't think would work, a lot of people thought would just makeshift, just sort of thrown together. His team with Dave Jeremy has proven to be, you know, a good call for the pair of them as well, gaining themselves the tag team championship. And Ali catches Thompson. Now it says a lot about Liam. Normally he's, as I said before, constant motion, but he kind of crawled towards Jeremy, and I think he just run out of gas in the tank, to use another cliche, and just had nothing left. And he was only a few feet away, if that. But Ali was just slightly fresh. The two got across and made the tag. Prince Asad floats in for the cover after that lovely snap suplex. Then number 2 and stays right on him. And you can see how Asad now, in the beginning, yes, he was struggling to get any momentum in this match. But since the match is going their way, his confidence has grown in this contest, and you can see it. He's a lot more daring, a lot more fluid with what he's doing, because he knows he's got the match going the way that he and Saqib want it to go. Be a big feather in his cap if he can pin Liam Thompson as well. Just work away in that chinlock, trying to cut off the blood flow to the brain. So if he has to watch this become a choke. Thompson's still fighting though. And he gets caught with a drop kick. Now I mentioned earlier, hang on, this goes in for another cover. I mentioned earlier that Liam Thompson does have a broken nose, so of course anything to the head is going to cause him added discomfort. And I know his breathing's been kind of tricky. He's wearing one of those breathing strips across his nose to help his breathing. But taking that drop kick to the face is going to slow him down even further. Ali with a shot for Dave Jeremy, who's been fairly content to it in the apron, but you can tell he's getting really annoyed now. You can see this constant double teaming, see an example of it there. Getting that cheap shot from Saqib Ali, he's not going to be happy with that. Now if Jeremy gets the tag, I assume he's going to unleash hell upon Asad and Saqib. Again, the chin lock on, and now Saqib Ali with a foot on the ropes. This gives him added leverage, torques the chin lock just a little bit more. Referee checking Liam Thompson's arm. If it falls 3 times, the match will be over. That is twice. He may be out cold. Thompson may be out cold. No, there's still life in him. Liam Thompson not quite done yet. When you consider some of the battles he's had in W3L and indeed throughout his career, it takes a lot to put down Liam Thompson. But it's getting in that way, I think. Ali and Asad have had his measure in this contest, but he's still fighting. Forearms galore here, ladies and gentlemen. But the knee lift cuts him off. Back suplex. And Liam Thompson flips out and hits the clothesline. Ali, I think, had the same idea. Both men are down. Referee applying the count, and you see both men have inadvertently gone to the wrong side of the ring. Thompson could tag Asad easily, but he's not his tag team partner. You see Jeremy sitting on the ropes and gets the tag. Came in as much as he could to give Liam Thompson the least distance to cover. And like I said about Dave Jeremy, he doesn't know which one to go for first. Goes to flatten the pair of them, throwing himself at both of the challengers. Down goes Ali, and Asad gets launched there with the D-bone suplex. Jeremy immediately in for the cover, but does not get the pinfall. Jeremy knowing the value of winning the match as opposed to just continuing to hurt your opponent. I thought now he may be able to do both at once because he's going for the walls of Jeremy. And he's leaning down, bending Asad at an awkward angle. The pain in Asad's lower back, you're not meant to bend that way. And Jeremy's a powerful man as well. There's a lot of powerlifting. And Ali breaks it up. It was the only thing he could do. I think Asad was probably on the verge of submitting. And Liam Thompson slide back into the ring here. And this match is just degenerated. Asad hits the floor, Thompson after him. Referee's kind of lost control as Asad bounces off the ring post. Oh, and Ali with a low blow. Jeremy wasn't expecting it, the referee did not see it. And Dave Jeremy gets hit well below the belt. Ali with the inside cradle, and he's got the pin. I don't believe it. Saqib Ali has stolen a pinfall victory over Big Dave Jeremy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and you, W3L Tag Team Champions, Prince Asad and Saqib Ali.
Well, this is a tremendous contest. The ending was questionable, yes. You can see that the new champions now putting the boots to Jeremy Thompson in. This one clearly isn't over. The former champs getting a modicum of revenge, it looks like, as Ali and Asad run together again. And the former champions unhappy with the way they got the belt stolen. It took a low blow behind the referee's back, that inside cradle. Dave Jeremy was pinned and Thompson Jeremy no longer the champs, but Asad and Ali are here on Wrestling Showdown.
One unexpected turn of events there, ladies and gentlemen. may have taken a low blow, but the fact is that we have brand new tag team champions in the form of Prince Asad and Saqib Ali. How is this going to affect our upcoming live events? Well, it's certainly going to shake up the tag team division, because you've got to wonder who are going to be the first challengers for Asad and Ali's tag team titles. Will it be the former champions, Jeremy and Thompson? What about the contingency plan? Maybe Reed and Williams, the Noble Lions? There's a big list of potential challengers, and they may end up facing Asad and Ali on our next set of live events. Yeah, get a pen and paper ready, because we have 3 live events coming your way in the beginning of September. In particular, September's 1st, 2nd and 3rd. On Friday, September 1st, we will be returning to Stirling. On Saturday, September 2nd, we go to Linlithgow for a joint show with our friends over at SSW. And then on Sunday, September the 3rd, we are in Buckhaven. So there's 3 big live events coming your way at the beginning of September. I'm sure the tag team division will be red hot on those 3 events. So make sure you do not miss out. Come along to as many of those events as you can, because trust me, you won't be disappointed. You can get tickets for them by going right now to our website. It's at W3LWrestling.com. Use the coupon code SHOWDOWN for 20% off them as well. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to this channel, use the hashtag W3L Wrestling Showdown. Then join me back here in 7 days on the W3L network, as I will bring you more fantastic action here on Wrestling Showdown.